happy couple. This is not a happy family. This is one of the weirdest, most creepy interactions I think we've seen yet.
They just look incredibly fake doing it. And they just look awkward. They look disinterested and really
pumpkin patch news here. I am not going to play Meghan Markle's crazy game of putting
oh yeah, she did
the
a great
back
job.
of her head's the back of her kid's
nothing
head.
The only thing scary about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Halloween video is the fact that they continue to pimp out their children and lie to the world about the state of not just their relationship, but their relationship with Meghan's own mother.
You'd think a sweet little pumpkin patch trip would be harmless family fun, right? But when it's Meghan Markle, even something as innocent as picking pumpkins somehow turns into a public relations nightmare. The California sun was shining, pumpkins glowing bright orange, but the smiles, oh, those looked painfully awkward. And the vibe, let's just say it was emptier than the pumpkin shells around them. Then, out of nowhere, an unexpected guest appeared, and suddenly, this wholesome moment became the talk of the town. Before Meghan even showed up on camera, something felt off. There was this chilling silence. No laughter, no chatter, no kids squealing with joy. Just this eerie emptiness, an entire pumpkin field under the blazing California sun, completely void of life. It was like the calm before the storm, only this storm was called the Sussexes. From a distance, it all looked like a picture-perfect postcard, golden light, perfect rows of pumpkins, Meghan gliding in.
So we got the very odd reel last night where people are shot from behind and Harry and Meghan are trying their best.
Her effortless, chic outfit. But if you watched closely, you could feel something wasn't right. The air was too still, the happiness too quiet. The entire place had this weird, controlled energy as if someone had hit mute on real life just to film this casual family outing. This was supposed to be a cozy family day, but it looked more like a staged movie set. No children running around, no families in sight. Just an empty patch of land that felt as if it had been cleared out for a royal photo shoot. The silence wasn't peaceful, it was haunting. Like every frame was directed, every movement rehearsed. Meghan wanted a simple day out, but the harder she tried to appear normal, the more disconnected she looked.
shows her family going to a empty pumpkin patch because of course you cannot have the peasants interacting with the royals. We have a lot of, I would say, stilted and awkward moments between the family, clearly showing that I think a lot of this is just for cameras. The popping up of apparently Uncle Mark.
The casual family vibe she was aiming for disappeared under the weight of her carefully polished poses and those all-too-perfect camera angles. What should have been heartwarming became, well, unsettling. Every smile, every glance between her and Harry. It all felt choreographed. A gentle laugh here, a soft gaze there, but it didn't feel like real parenting. It felt like performance art. Instead of two parents enjoying time with their kids, we saw two celebrities struggling to rewrite their story through yet another glossy photo op. As the cameras clicked against that unnervingly silent backdrop, one thing became impossible to ignore. This wasn't a family moment. It was a production, dressed up as domestic bliss.
Trying their best to show affection for each other. But I mean, look at that. Are so far apart, aren't they? And as Stephanie...
People couldn't help whispering, seriously, who wakes up, wraps themselves in a bedsheet, and calls a cameraman to film a fake day out? And then came the body language. Oh, it spoke volumes. Harry walked a few paces behind, looking lost, like a man who'd forgotten the script. Meghan, of course, was camera ready as ever, fixing her hair, adjusting her posture, keeping that polite half smile frozen in place. Their every move screamed, "We're acting." Observers online were merciless. They look absolutely mental. Someone joked. Even Meghan's sister, Samantha Markle, couldn't resist a jab, cheekily posting Halloween again.
Archie through a corn maze. And what do you want to bet Meghan Markle went, "Hey honey, go ahead, run through the corn maze. I need to get the back of your head for this video." If it was naturally and they just went to the pumpkin patch and there were a bunch of people around and Meghan got a couple things.
Their so-called chemistry was more like static, awkward, and forced. When Meghan reached for Harry's hand, he responded a beat too late. When he leaned toward her, she subtly pulled back, maintaining that polished on-camera composure. Two people, same frame, totally different frequencies. The smiles were there, but they were hollow plastered on, not lived. The laughter, too, felt rehearsed, like they were reading from a script titled "The Perfect Couple Everyone Knows Isn't Perfect." The fairy tale they keep trying to sell was cracking, and the world was watching every fracture form. Then came Marcus Anderson, Meghan's ever-present friend, or as gossip outlets have dubbed him, Uncle Marcus. Marcus isn't just a friend, he's a fixture. stylish, calm, and always mysteriously nearby. And when he popped up in this pumpkin patch video, carving pumpkins with Meghan and Harry like he was family, people lost it. Fans were like, hold on, wasn't this supposed to be a private family day? Why is Marcus here again? It wasn't just his presence, it was the vibe. Meghan seemed far more relaxed around Marcus than around Harry. She was laughing, leaning in, glowing even, but when she turned toward Harry, the spark vanished. Rumors started flying fast. Is Marcus living with them? Is he their buffer?
Even taking the kids to a pumpkin patch, they've clearly had it shut down just for them. There's no interaction of children running, playing, having fun. It's honestly creepy at this point, telling the...
Because honestly, he's everywhere they go. Vacations, quiet outings, even the supposedly intimate ones. Some call him Meghan's emotional anchor. Others whisper that he's the bridge, keeping this fragile marriage from crumbling in public. The weird part? There were no kids carving pumpkins. No Archie, no Lilibet. Just the adults, smiling for the camera as if this was the grown-ups club. Is it only adults allowed? One commentator snarked. What was meant to be wholesome started feeling creepy. Just when viewers thought the weirdness had peaked, Doria Ragland appeared Meghan's mother, serene as ever. She's always been the calm in Meghan's storm, the grounding presence. But even she couldn't make this scene feel real. Her entrance was gentle, soft smiles, quiet grace, but something about it didn't sit right.
Absolutely mental. And Meghan's own sister, Samantha Markle, had some fun with this one, posting Halloween again? Or on...
The setup was too clean, the table looked staged, the pumpkins spotless, the adults perfectly positioned. Doria smiled, yes, but her eyes said something else, like she was aware of how rehearsed everything was. Even her body language seemed reserved, as if she was just going through the motions. The entire video felt like an advertisement, a glossy campaign for family perfection, rather than an authentic day out. And the irony? Doria's presence was supposed to make it warmer. Instead, it highlighted just how cold and corporate this entire scene felt. Every second screamed manufactured image. The Sussexes had once been the symbol of breaking free of authenticity and independence. Now, they were the poster couple for overproduced performance. Then came Harry's pumpkin. Simple, plain, emotionless. It sat there like a metaphor for the entire situation. Once upon a time, Harry was the spontaneous one, the fun prince. But now, he looked lost in his own life. His carving was awkward, uninspired, as if he was just going through the motions for the sake of the real. People watching online didn't miss a thing. That pumpkin looks as lifeless as their marriage, one wrote. Another commented, the pumpkins have more personality than Harry these days. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Harry's smile didn't reach his eyes. His gestures were stiff, robotic. The vibe screamed, get this over with. It was supposed to be family fun, but it felt like contractual obligation. Meghan, meanwhile, stayed in control, directing angles, managing poses, making sure that their lighting hit just right. But in doing so, she lost what little magic the moment could have had. And when little Lilibet briefly appeared, picking up a white pumpkin blink, and you'd miss it the moment, felt almost eerie. Why were the kids barely there? Why were the adults center stage? The whole thing started to feel more like an infomercial for Sussex life than a slice of real family joy. The most glaring absence of all? The children. For a family reel that was supposedly about bonding with Archie and Lilibet, the kids were practically invisible. You'd think we'd see them giggling, getting messy, or at least carving a pumpkin or two. But instead, nothing. Just fleeting glimpses. A tiny hand here, a blink and you miss it shot of Lilibet lifting a white pumpkin, and then gone. It was eerie. There was no laughter, no chaos, no shrieks of joy, the very things that make family life real. Everything stayed too calm, too polished. The vibe, completely sterile, and people noticed. Comments flooded in, where are the kids? Why are only the adults carving pumpkins? It all felt strange, like the children had become props appearing only when convenient for the narrative Meghan wanted to sell. Instead of feeling cozy, it felt calculated. Meghan directing, Harry complying, Doria watching quietly, and Marcus gliding around like an extra in a staged sitcom. The entire scene screamed control, every frame perfectly curated, every movement deliberate, the emotion missing, the spontaneity gone. In trying to project happy family togetherness, Meghan ended up revealing something much darker, a world where even childhood innocence must fit the frame of her brand. Behind the glossy smiles was a suffocating stillness. What should have been joyful felt lonely. Behind all of this was a bigger plan, Meghan's much-anticipated social media comeback. This reel was meant to reestablish her as the relatable, modern mom everyone adored years ago, but instead of applause, she got eye rolls. The comments were brutal. This looks like a commercial for people who don't exist. Why does this feel creepier than a horror movie? Her growth plateaued, engagement dropped, and that spark of intrigue she once commanded began to fade. The pumpkin patch reel, meant to humanize her, ended up doing the opposite. People couldn't stop pointing out how disconnected it all felt. No friends, no community, no life beyond the bubble. Do they even have neighbors, one user joked? Or are they allergic to real people? Instead of reminding the world that the Sussexes were down to earth, the video showcased their isolation. Every detail from the empty field to the absence of laughter emphasized that detachment. The irony? Meghan wanted warmth but created distance. She wanted admiration but inspired pity. And the internet doesn't miss a beat. Within hours, reaction videos, memes, and gossip channel breakdowns were everywhere, freezing frames, analyzing gestures, zooming in on Harry's blank expression. The general verdict: cringe. When the reel faded to black, viewers weren't left smiling, they were unsettled. Something about it just felt wrong. The pumpkins were there, the lighting perfect, but the humanity, nowhere to be found. It was as if every scene had been storyboarded, every glance rehearsed, every smile negotiated. Even Marcus's constant calmness added to the eerie vibe. The adults laughing while the kids lingered off screen felt unnatural, like a photo shoot missing its heart. The entire video came off too smooth, too quiet, too curated to be real. The kind of perfection that makes you uncomfortable. And that's the tragic irony. Meghan wanted to show togetherness, but ended up highlighting separation. She wanted to appear relatable, but revealed how scripted her life has become. The pumpkin patch wasn't a slice of family fun. It was a mirror reflecting the Sussexes' current reality. They traded royal pomp for Hollywood freedom. But instead of escaping the spotlight, they rebuilt it brick by brick, frame by frame. Every new video, every glossy post feels like another royal engagement, except now the crown is digital. It's made of likes, filters, and hashtags. Hollywood was supposed to be their fresh start, a land of creativity and independence. Yet, watching this, it feels like another gilded cage. The glitz they chased has turned heavy. The applause that once followed them, now faint. What was once rebellion now looks like routine. Another photo shoot. Another reel. Another attempt to prove they're happy, in love, thriving. But the spark is gone. The pumpkin patch fiasco became symbolic, a glossy metaphor for a fairy tale slowly decaying. In their quest to control the narrative, Meghan and Harry have lost the one thing that once made people care: authenticity. Their smiles don't feel warm anymore. They feel strategic. Their love doesn't look spontaneous, it looks choreographed. Even fans who once defended them are starting to sigh. They're not villains, just exhausted actors in their own movie. The truth is, not every fairy tale ends with a bang. Some fade quietly, one curated reel at a time. And maybe that's the saddest part of all. The pumpkins looked more alive than the people carving them. The laughter sounded more hollow than the shells on that perfect California field. This wasn't a family day. It was an illusion. Carefully lit, beautifully dressed, but empty at its core. If this was Meghan's grand return to social media, it backfired spectacularly. Because in the end, no matter how much polish you pour on a story, people can feel when the joy is fake. And the only thing scarier than that Halloween theme was how real the emptiness felt beneath the glitter.